Capricorn, hello. Hey, it's been a few weeks since I've been able to post videos. I'm getting back to doing readings on my channel. My apologies. Family and I have been sick and a lot of other things going on, holidays, blah blah blah. So I'm still I feel good now. I have a little bit of a cough, a little bit of something still kind of working its way out. So if I cough a little bit or if I clear my throat, I apologize. So anyway, this is your general tarot reading for 2021. If it's for you, it's your reading. So my disclaimer always, Capricorn, okay, it can't be for everybody. It's impossible. So if it's not for you, or only some of it's for you, leave what isn't for you, or leave the whole thing, because there's always another message, another time that might be better suited for you. All right. I read cards intuitively. I don't regurgitate card meanings. That's not how I do my thing. So, I feel like you've had a lot of alone time. You've had a lot of solitude. You've had a lot of time to yourself, Capricorn. And this, I feel like the cards that I'm starting to see before we even get to tarot is kind of hinting to that. It wouldn't be unusual, of course, with everything that we have all been going through. We got two cards, and I'm going to take them. And then we're going to get into the tarot. I don't know which deck I'm going to use. I'm going to use this deck here. So you have oneness, this angel card, oneness. This is Archangel Metatron, okay? This oneness is about being okay with being by yourself. Whether you have people around you, whether you have people that aren't around you, and it's still knowing that even though you might feel alone or be alone, you're still connected, even when you're separated. We are all one. We are all part of one bigger picture. And so you have this deep knowing coming through. The deep knowing is like, I feel like you've had that time to yourself to do a lot of self-exploration, and you've had a lot of time to do a lot of examining your environment, yourself, the world, and you're really I think that Capricorn, you're like on you have a new perspective with everything, not only that you've been through, but the entire world is chaotic, right? And you're just seeing things through a different lens. And I think maybe Capricorn, many of you that you have been going through this spiritual awakening. Some of you going through this dark night of the soul, and you're coming out of it, whatever that is for you. Apply it to your circumstances how you will. You have a blessing for a fresh start. Okay, so this is all about change for you moving forward in January. And this extra card came out, a blessing on your creativity. So maybe that means something to you, or some of you, but that's a new perspective. Seeing things differently is something that I had mentioned. And seeing things differently, we tend to be able to approach things and find answers and solutions, or even do different things that maybe we otherwise wouldn't have done, because we've had that deep introspection, or if you had that dark night of the soul, where it's like the tower, but it's like an internal tower, and or that just awakening to oneself, awakening to a completely different belief system, set of ideas, circumstances, whatever. And that oneness, like knowing that you are connected to the fabric of the universe. And even if you've been alone, you've been in separation from a lot of people or someone in particular because of circumstances, you have this deep knowing, this like epiphany, this realization. So Capricorn, I really like this. This is interesting set of cards to come out. So very, very deep, Capricorn. Very, very deep. But that kind of sets the tone, So, in the recent past, you have the Page of Swords, Six of Wands, and Seven of Pentacles. In January, you have the Tower. I mentioned the Tower earlier, that internal tower. It's like, I almost feel that this Tower is like It's already happened. You're just, you're kind of in the shift in January. And Queen of Pentacles, we're going to talk about all of the Seven of Cups. Interesting messages I'm getting. The Sun, that's perfect. King of Wands. Finally, Six of Cups. Everybody has had this card tonight. Different decks. I don't know how many tarot decks. And I pulled the Six of Cups out of all of them. King of Swords. Alright, Six of Pentacles. Alright, so a new year, a new you. You know, you're a different person. You're the fabric of who you are is evolving. It has changed, and it's in the process of change. I apologize for my cough. Still a little bit, not completely out of it, but anyway. You have the Page of Swords here. So somebody from your past has been meddling, or they've been just... they've been keeping an eye on you. There's somebody that was untrustworthy in your past, and it's been something you've had to kind of do battle with, and it's something that you felt like you had to protect some things of yours, and maybe some of you, I feel like you were willing just to let some things go just so you can get away from this person or this situation. But Six of Wands, your recent past, you've been separated from this situation a while, but you know, you come out on top. You know, you came out on top, and it's really changed the way you're looking at things. Like maybe you went through something and you didn't want to have to do it, but it like changed the way you view things, the way you see things. And the Seven of Pentacles here, it's like, you know, maybe what you had a hope for didn't quite materialize to the level that you had expected. But nonetheless, it's like there is a feeling of some loss, but coming out on top, Capricorn. So whatever happened in your recent past, it's kind of... I think you saw somebody's true colors, and I feel like with the Page of Swords, like you saw somebody, their motives and their intentions, and you didn't like it, and you saw that what they were truly about, what they were doing, and you got some clarity, and like so you kind of you know, it was kind of a blow to you, but you worked through it. Okay, you have the Tower here. And I mentioned the Tower in the reading, that you know, this here is like you know, that there is like an internal tower, but for some of you, I feel like, you know, there's some things in your life that were stripped away that you didn't have control of, but it wasn't quite as bad, but you're still kind of working through it. You're still kind of dealing with the fallout, but that's good, because like those bits and pieces of that tower that are still left have to be cleaned up. The rubble has to be swept away, but you know what the tower sits on is still there, and that's who you are at the heart of yourself. That is who you are at a soul level, and so that tower sat on top of your foundation of who you are. So there's a big change that has happened, and you're still dealing with like some of the fallout. And the Nine of Pentacles here, you know, it's like the Seven of Pentacles, you probably wouldn't have realized anyway the maximum benefit or potential of this situation. And so, you know, at the time it felt like a loss, but really it's doing you a favor, because there's a promise moving ahead. And in January, you're starting to see the value of things, the value of your self-worth, the value in what you can do, what you can accomplish. So you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. And so, you know, there's so much more at your that you can access. There's so much more that you can do and produce and create, co-create, than you could in the past. And I think that in January, you're starting to get a lot of clarity, and you get that fresh start coming through, and you get a lot of creative ideas. You adapt to things very chameleon-like, and you start to see answers in your circumstance that really begin to change things dramatically for you. January for me here feels like a very fast-paced month when it comes to like making some decisions and seeing who you are, what you're capable of, and it moves you forward very quickly. The Seven of Cups, you know, I think at one point you weren't seeing things for what they were, and I think you are now. And I think that like all the things, like it's interesting because tarot cards all depict these cards differently. You're seeing like what it is that you want. You know, the Seven of Cups here is like, you know that you can't have it all, but there's something that you want, and I think that you get to like kind of choose, and you choose like the wholesome thing, and in that choice, it brings you a lot of abundance, and it brings you a lot of fertility. When I say like, and you know, being on fertile ground, like just things are going to become very abundant for you toward the end of 2021 is kind of how I see this playing out. It's like you choose something for yourself that ultimately is the best thing for you in the long term. So this reading feels kind of complicated to me because it feels like it was like there's just a lot going on, and it really disrupted who you are as a person. Okay, Capricorn. And so now you're a different person. You have the Sun moving forward. The Sun is the manifestation of the Star card, all right, in a lot of ways to me. Not always, but you know, this is like being empowered. You're empowered because of what you went through, the knowledge and wisdom you've gained. There's some karmic debt maybe for some of you, or there is some karmic reward. Whatever it is, this is being empowered. This is Spirit saying, you know, this is your time to be at your best, and you know, you have everything that you need to be the best version of yourself, the most productive version of yourself. You get to choose a lot of different things that you want for yourself. This is almost like saying it's just your time. What do you want for yourself? Make the best of it. You have the King of Wands here. So I think instead of choosing practical things moving forward, you're choosing things that really give you drive and sustenance, but drive. Like, you know, maybe you've worked a job or you were in a relationship that was like you settled for, but the King of Wands is like going after what you want, and it's like knowing how to get it and being very satisfied with the outcome, but being also very satisfied by the thrill of the hunt or the thrill of the chase. And it's a completely different feeling for you. You have the Six of Cups. I said this card came out a lot. A lot of people are looking back at the past, especially looking back at 2021 or 2020, going into 2021, and saying there was so much disruption. And there's some things that I really liked about my life before everything was disrupted, and there's some things I didn't. And so I'm going to choose to take with me what I value, what I appreciate, what I loved, what I cared about. I'm going to take those memories. I'm going to take those people with me moving forward. I'm not going to take the baggage. And so I think that like you're not checking some baggage on the flight moving ahead because you just don't want it to show up. It's like you're letting things go. You're cleaning out your closet, spring cleaning. You're just changing things around in your life. You are getting out of some difficult times, and the King of Swords is here also. I think you're finding a balance between you know, what tugs on your heartstrings, and being very practical about what you choose, how you approach things. You know, yeah, you're doing things because you're driven, but you're also going to do things wisely and carefully, and you're not going to let anybody tread on you anymore. So somebody in your past, that Five of Swords is very harsh, and you know, something just didn't pan out the way it should have, but it's something that you had to go through, and it's something you had to experience, because ultimately in the end there's better things for you. I don't know if any of you have ever seen those books when you're in school, when you were a kid, and it's Choose Your Own Adventure, and you can kind of fill it out and you can laugh at it and it's just funny. But this is kind of how I feel about this. Like, you're kind of in the choose your own adventure phase of your life, so you get to kind of fill in the blanks, and I think it's okay. The Sun card is here, is it's going along with you. It's like there's so much clarity and illumination for you, that there really isn't anything hidden in the dark. There aren't any dark corners moving forward. There aren't any crevices. There aren't so many pitfalls in your life. And I like this, Capricorn, because the sun is all about that empowerment. It's not just you being empowered, but it's the universe, it's spirit, it's all of creation empowering you. Your spirit guides, angels, what have you, ancestors. It's that ultimate in being empowered and just being in control, and just like having a very high level of creativity, of understanding, clarity, being in tune. And it's a good time for you in January, going into February, I think March, and even April. It's like this sun card is like a big focus of the first part of 2021 in your life. And I think there's just a lot of changes that you've evolved through. I don't know if I said this or not, but it's like this chameleon. It's like this changing, being able to adapt, but taking with you what serves you, leaving behind what doesn't, with that Six of Cups. So Capricorn, that was your reading. That was a rambly reading. I'm sorry I rambled. I kind of like just went all over the place, but I just say what comes out over and above, just regurgitating those card meanings, okay? So those are the messages. If it resonated with you, leave me a thumbs up. Let me know, leave me a comment. I would appreciate it. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification if you would like to hear more from me down the road. And let's hope and pray for a great 2021. Happy New Year to you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will talk to you again soon. Thanks for tuning in. And, well, I'll see you again in a few weeks if you choose. Okay, thanks.